Hi, I'm Laura Heath. I'm from Pennsylvania, and my question is, my cousin is planning to join the military. What good would his presence in Afghanistan do for the Afghani people and for our family?
Hello, my name is Jason Ortiz and I'm from Connecticut, and I would like to ask Congress why they find using Bagram as an alternative to Guantanamo Bay is acceptable, considering that the United States has already declared that torture is not part of our foreign policy.
Hi, I'm Jay Marks. I'm in Washington, D.C., and my question to Congress about Afghanistan is simply this. What are we doing there? What is the objective? When will we leave? How much has it cost us to be there for as long as we've been there already? How much more will it cost us before we go? How many lives have been lost? U.S. lives. How many Afghani lives have been cost? If you make a ratio of dollars to lives, how many dollars has each life lost cost the United States and U.S. taxpayers? What are we there for? Why are we in Afghanistan? Are we protecting the profits of the people growing opium in Afghanistan? How do we account for the fact that after we kicked the Taliban out of power in 2001, opium production, which had reached a lowest point in modern history, suddenly skyrocketed and is now at the highest point in modern history? Who's responsible for that in Afghanistan? Why am I, as an American citizen, obliged to spend my money to send the troops that are supposed to be protecting me and my family and my state and my country to halfway around the world to do what? To prop up what government? The only reason we're there is because we're there. If we left, we wouldn't have to be there anymore. We don't owe them anything except apologies, and possibly some reparations. But I mean, I don't even think Unical is building the pipeline that we originally went there to make sure that they could build. Although no one would admit that that's why we went. Of course, supposedly we went to, fight terrorism. But that's not working either. So that's my question to Congress. What are we doing there? Why are you continuing to fund it? How long do you intend to fund it for? How many people have you killed or will continue to die while you continue to fund this war that's for no reason? And who among you will have the courage to make it stop? Please make it stop.
Hello, I'm Joan Stallard, Washington, D.C., CODEPINK. Question for Congress. I'm one of, I think, a lot of people who really don't anymore understand why we're in Afghanistan. And we'd like to not be in Afghanistan. The people there are a totally different culture from ours. The whole idea of our having sway in the Middle East is not going to be through our conquering or having power over Afghanistan. I think the Afghanis have proved over the centuries that they are not going to be conquered. They're not going to be controlled. It's a tribal society. Their culture is totally different from ours. So please, Congress, rethink this. I hope you will have a whole investigation, sit down, rethink it, replan it, and I think you'll find, if you allow yourselves to have an open mind, I think you'll find that there is no good reason any longer for us to spend our time, our American lives, and our American money in Afghanistan. I think if we use good diplomacy, if we help them become what they want to become, if we help them, whether it's grow businesses, if we have business relationships, I think that's a far better way than going in and creating hatred and enmity by using our military power. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Blaine Clark. I'm from Newport News, Virginia. I'm with CODEPINK, Women for Peace. And my question to Congress is, how many more lives? How many more lives have to be lost before we realize that it is not in the interest of our national security to wage a war with no end in sight, to bring more death and destruction on what is already a devastated and poverty-stricken region, a war that we can ill afford in our current economic situation? How many more of our young men and women have to die before we recognize that sending more troops into Afghanistan will not only further destabilize the region, but will also add to what's already rampant anti-American sentiment there and drive more people into extremist madrasas? How many more lives have to be lost before we understand that in order to see real change in Afghanistan in terms of a decrease in terrorist activity, we need to be working with the Afghan people, supporting an Afghan-led program to meet the basic needs of the people and provide them with a balanced education to give them options other than Islamic extremism, to help them build up a society from within based on the norms of their culture, a society in which people have freedom and opportunity and whose people respect us for the supportive role we played with their leadership, rather than a society that had democracy forced upon it through warfare and whose people hate us for the death and destruction that we caused. So I ask you, Congress, how many more lives? Please, rethink the plan for Afghanistan. Thank you.